Hey, what up, world? Welcome to NYLifeStyle, featuring your boy B and your boy Kel.
How y'all doing?
What's going on, everybody? Today we have a jam-packed show for you today. Today we're gonna talk a little bit about Joe Biden, also NFL. We have a business spotlight for you today, and a few other topics that we're gonna touch on. Hey, because today was a good day.
Mm-hmm.
All right, as I always say, cut the beat. All right. So what's going on, Kel? I'm good. What's going on with you?
Yeah, man, everything's good. Life is good. Take it one day at a time. Remember to breathe. Um, and what's for you is gonna be for you. Like that. That's the ultimate thing. Don't let any situation, any job, any circumstance stress y'all out.
hmm And like I've been saying, if we can make it through 2020, 2021 it will probably feel like a breeze. Like everybody is saying 2020 was a struggle.
Yes, definitely was. Absolutely.
In your own way.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And to piggy on that, so we actually are gonna our first segment is gonna be something a little bit different and new for everybody. We're gonna touch on 4 hot topics. The first one is gonna be, as everybody knows, Donald Trump is out of office and he's a former president. And Joe Biden is now officially the 46th president of the United States. I want to know what your opinion is on that,
Well, for one, welcome new leadership. It's great to see that Joe Biden the ground, went to the ground running his first day in, signing numerous executive orders.
About
Um,
30 of them, right?
I believe so. Yep. Um, so that was great to see that we're already trying to start off on the right foot, giving homage and paying tribute to the people who have passed from COVID,
Mm-hmm.
which I believe the numbers were somewhere 400,000 range.
400.
Yep. Highlighting Delaware, specifically Wilmington. Also, the fact that we have our first African American woman that's in leadership, Madam Vice President Kamala Harris.
Madam to everybody.
Yes.
Now,
Um,
and don't get it twisted.
HBCU alum, of course.
And right, and don't get it twisted. She is from East Oakland. Don't play with her. Don't play. Don't, hey, leave the madam alone.
Right.
She'll let you know how Oakland get down.
Shout out to HU, you know.
And also, before we go to our next topic, I saw this on the internet. Joe Biden's suit is from the one and only Rochester, New York. We on the map, baby.
As it should be. As it should be. Shout out to the 585.
So, our next topic is for the ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all the ladies were on this last night. The Keisha Cole versus Shanti battle. Now, so I'm gonna touch in on this one because I feel like Kelvin, I think, didn't watch it last night. Did you watch it?
I caught a very small glimpse of it. I'm not gonna act like I knew everything about it. The little bit that I do know is that it started late for one.
Mm-hmm.
Two, the COVID testing that was required kind of threw things off.
Mm-hmm.
It was rumored that Keisha Cole really didn't want to be there.
Yep.
4, people were discussing the matter of that someone could have told Ashanti and Keisha Cole that they didn't have to live sing. Um, there were a lot of different things that happened, but that's only the little bit that I saw. I did have it on for like a couple minutes. I think
So,
by then both of them were there,
mm,
but
so
that's
I'm
just
gonna
what.
pick. Yeah, I'm gonna piggy off on that. You are giving accurate information. Yes. So I tuned in on time. Now, mind you, everybody, Kelvin knows this guy is never on time. So only for work.
And as you should be.
Mhm. Now, I was actually on time for this one. I logged on at about 8 o'clock last night. The DJ was throwing bangers at us and everything like that. That's cool. It felt like a concert, honestly. But
Mhm.
then he talking about some, yeah, we getting warmed up. We getting ready for this live show. 8:45 turns around. Where they at? Oh yeah, we just getting warmed up. 9 o'clock. Oh, now Shotzi wants to come on. So, I mean, yes, to your second point, Keisha Cole did seem bothered the whole night. Facebook, Instagram, the whole internet was going in on her last night. They said one, the funniest one was they said that she had to put the kids to bed before she could start the show.
And if she did, y'all, motherhood comes first.
Mhm.
I'm just saying.
Then, from what I saw, the last 2 points, she was high and drunk, and she didn't want to be there.
Oh boy.
Now, first time Ashanti caught the cold. That we cool with that. We get that. But now Keisha, really, like Calvin said, if you didn't want to be there, you should have just told us about it. Got all the ladies getting hyped. Oh, Ashanti versus Keisha. They talking about I put the kid. I saw a few females on Facebook. I put the kids to bed early so I could be ready for this. Just to see her Keisha looking like a drunk auntie. Come on. All right, I'm done.
At the family cookout.
Right. But at the end of the day, I think due to the number of songs that Keisha has, I think she won slightly.
Fair enough. Shanti does have a lot of features.
Mm-hmm. Next, our third topic is we do just want to give our thoughts and prayers to the one and only legend in baseball,
Hmm.
Hank Aaron. Now, he died at 86. I'm not sure what the cause of death was, but he did pass away this morning. So my thoughts and prayers, NYLifeStyle thoughts and prayers with him and his family.
Absolutely. Thank you for everything that you've done for our culture, for the game,
Mm-hmm.
um, and being a just an upstanding citizen and first class male and man.
Basically, like, because a lot, whether you watch baseball or not, baseball was like a predominantly white sport. And for him to break the home run record and have it for the longest, that speaks volumes. Like,
Absolutely. I think it
now,
was 156 home runs.
mhm. Now our last, it's a big special day. It has been 15 years since Kobe Bean Bryant scored the 81 points. Hey, Jalen Rose, where you at, man?
on Jalen and Jacoby living his best life.
Hmm. I know he remember every point scored that night.
So does Kobe's grandmother. Ironically, the fact that I did not know previously is that that night was actually the only first and only time that Kobe's grandmother actually attended a game and saw him play live. And that game came after, shortly thereafter, I think a couple months after Kobe's grandfather had passed.
Mm. And then we are definitely going to touch on his death next week. It is 1 year from two on Tuesday. So yeah, we gotta give the great some love. I got showing him a little love today. Now, so that is our new segment called Hot Topics. Our next one is going to be our business spotlight, and I'm gonna let my co-host take this over. I'm gonna pull up the information for the world to see.
Absolutely. So this is by one of our fellow Lincoln alum, class of 2012, Darrell Evans. He has his own clothing line, in which that he is called Jiggy by Jiggy, and it has everything from hats to shirts to full outfits. That's him standing in front of the Barclays Center there in Brooklyn. He's originally from Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
He relocated to California, but he does awesome work
Yeah.
with, as you can see in the pictures provided here. That's one of the people who works along with him.
Mm-hmm. Some of the outfits.
Absolutely. So it's just 21 collection. So just sweatsuit collection right here. These are some of the things that you can look forward to if you're looking to try to update.
Oh, that's tough right there.
Yep. Talk about
Now,
code.
I do want to mention, even when we were back in school, I mean, it was like up and coming, but I could see the potential that he had. He had everybody wearing his shirts.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, shout out to McCrory Hall.
Yes, sir.
We have a lot of live talent that came out of McCrory Hall at Lincoln University.
Oh, and shout out to Obama. That night when he won, McCrary was live that night. Ooh, let me tell you.
Mhm. Oh, our whole campus was.
Yeah,
That was a
but
very historic moment.
but it did start with in our dorm.
Yes, it did.
We're
Yes, it
gonna
did.
keep it PG for everybody, but it was.
It was a huge feeling of elation, just a lot of happiness. But going back to Jiggy, as you can see, has crossbody, chain bag, um, sweats, shirts, um, got a waterproof book bag, got a duffel bag. So there's a lot of different items that
Got the
are,
denim jacket in the corner.
yep, got the beanie with Scully.
All
So we
right,
want to
G.
that.
Keep up the good work, bro.
Exactly. Thank you to Darrell Evans and his crew working so hard and diligently. We just wanted to give you a highlight and thank you for the hard work that you're already doing in your community and also with your fashion line.
Now, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right. So, gonna keep the show rolling. So we're gonna talk first before we even give our picks for this week. Um, we're gonna talk about the Packers versus Tampa,
Hmm.
but it's a question that we need to touch bases on.
Absolutely.
So it's basically a two-part question. It's who needs this win more for their legacy, and if the other one loses, is that going to de- demolish their legacy?
Well, I think Aaron needs it more. And these are the reasons as to why I'm going to say that. One, Aaron has been in the league for a number of years. And the last time he's been to the Super Bowl was 10 years ago.
Oh, in America, we're talking about Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers.
Yes. So Aaron Rodgers, if he's truly going to be that bad man, he got to beat that bad man. Because as the saying goes, if you want to be a man, you got to beat the man. Woo!
So is this considered a David versus Goliath type of thing?
I wouldn't say that. I would think more so this is two heavyweight fighters in their relative glory.
So like Muhammad Ali versus George Foreman.
Yeah, it's a thriller. It's the thriller Manila.
So
Uh, that's what I'm looking at.
so before you go in and elaborate on yours, I just want to say that Tom Brady has six.
Hmm.
Aaron has one.
Right.
So to answer the question, I don't think it's gonna hurt anybody's legacy because they already got a chip or more. So if they lose, they like, all right, get them next year. We already got one. I already got six. Now, if one of them didn't have one, then you'd be like, can they get back?
Yeah, but I think in Aaron's case, you have to look at the fact, like I said, the last time he was in the Super Bowl was 10 years ago and won, but he's only been to one. Two, you have the 27th pick Jordan Love, who the Packers drafted because they felt that they didn't know how much longer Aaron had, or they didn't feel like he had enough to cut it.
But then it light a fire under his butt.
It did. Um, but I think that he would have came back fiery anyway because of how he lost terribly to the Niners. Not
Oh,
to say that the Niners wasn't a great team because their defense was a great team,
mm,
but he got ran off that field.
yeah, he did. Literally.
I felt like he needed to really refocus and get back to who he really is at his core, which he has done it, up to this point, cementing another chance at Super Bowl and even a possibly a Super Bowl win would definitely do it for him. If you're talking about the upper echelon of quarterback play and the upper echelon as far as who would you want on your Mount Rushmore of quarterback play, you would want Aaron Rodgers to be there.
Yeah.
So, and not to mention that Aaron wanted it to be in Lambeau for the winner to go to Super Bowl. So you have all the cards aligning pretty much in your favor. Now you gotta go out there and get the job done.
And then mind you,
We lost by 28 points last time they faced each other.
right. And then mind you, I think if I'm not mistaken, Tom Brady has only won one AFC championship on the road, and that was against Kansas City. All the other
Hmm.
ones is in New England.
Right.
So
And if Tom does pull it off, now you're looking at this will be the first time that the team who was supposed to host the Super Bowl
mm,
after him switching teams after 20 seasons, that can only add to his legacy and his GOAT status.
well, yeah. And then if he does honestly, and I will say this right now, if he does do that and win the Super Bowl in his home place in a different conference, I would have to say he's the best ever.
Right.
Because
It'll be. there would be no more argument. There'll be no more dispute,
Mm-hmm.
and that'll be
Because
7 rings.
right, 7 wins, and then love Joe Montana, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, but then that'd be like Class B. Class A would just be Tom Brady.
Right, and that says a lot,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you name
Now,
Super and Hall of Fame quarterbacks in that category, so that's saying a lot within itself.
right, because people was comparing Tom to Peyton for years.
Right.
Now Peyton only has 2. Tom would have 7. Whew.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so I know you answered the 2 questions. I answered half of it. I had to. Nobody's legacy would be diminished, but yes, Aaron Rodgers does need this one more than Tom Brady. Tom Brady done did it all already. Now, to add on, to go to our next question, which is about another quarterback. Now, Drew Brees, it's official but unofficial. He's gonna
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna be retired. Now, about his legacy, which is the next question. His legacy, like yes, he is a Hall of Famer. He's broken basically every record.
Mm-hmm.
Won Super Bowl in the most trying year ever for New Orleans when the hurricane came through.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna say who they played, but
Let's move on.
the guy what and then him only being 6 feet, barely can see over the offensive line. The man put up numbers. Like there's no ifs, ands, and buts. Like the man was great. Like no wonder everybody be like, yo, it's a breeze coming through. People already know who you talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And then how I always say, um, you know you good when they only call you by either your first name or your last
Right.
name. Brady, Rogers, Breeze, LeBron, Kobe, Shaq. They don't say Shaquille O'Neal,
Right.
but you'll say Lonzo Ball. That ain't no shot though. But
Or Bam Adebayo,
yeah,
with an awesome player. I mean, some people are starting to call him Bam,
yeah.
but
And
he's
even
all
Zion. Even they don't call him Zion Williamson.
right.
So yeah, that's my take on Drew Brees. I want how you feel about this.
So as far as legacy, yes, he did win that one Super Bowl. I'm not gonna touch that. Um, you ain't got to laugh so hard, B. You ain't got to laugh so hard. I see you trying to hold it back. It's okay. Yes, I will own it. They beat my Indianapolis Colts. It was a great season for New Orleans Saints. I'm owning it. It is what it is. Gotta lead it fast and fast. Um, all his philanthropy work off the field,
Yep.
um, owning his mistakes when he had
Talking about the
the,
flag.
the flag, um, you know, his work as in totality on the field and off the field. You have to look at Drew Brees as being a stand-up class citizen, great leader. Um, led to see New Orleans to a Super Bowl, as you mentioned, um, and always class personified.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Family man.
family man, and just a great teammate from what I could see. Um, when it was mentioned that this was the end of the game, I don't know if you saw the snippet or not, but I saw it on the internet. He turned to James Winston and
Oh
said,
yeah,
"This is now."
this is your
So,
seat.
Right. So I just let you know, like, he knows when the game, has ended for him. Um, will we see him in other capacities, perhaps in the booth or something?
Mm-hmm.
Only time will tell. But
They already said once he hang it up, he will be in, I think, NBC. So on your
right,
favorite night,
you
where
already
all
know.
it all comes down to Sunday night.
Exactly, and he will be a welcome addition to that. So,
Mm.
um, you know,
I mean,
it's
that's crazy. That's crazy that you gonna have now three quarterbacks calling the
mm,
games. Troy Aikman is on Fox, Romo's on CBS,
right.
and then now Drew Brees about to be on NBC.
Hmm.
The next one we need is whenever you're ready, Peyton Manning. We need you on ESPN because Booger McFarland is not in anybody. We
Much respect to Booger though. Like,
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, that was just my 2 cents on that. My bad. So then we gonna keep it going. The next one, we got a little bit. We gonna touch a little bit about the new hires for NFL coaches.
hmm
The Lions, the Jets. Um, we already touched about Jacksonville.
yeah. So
Oh,
low recap.
Philly.
Right. So low recap, y'all. Urban Meyer, he is officially new head coach of Jacksonville Jaguars. Um, we have Arthur Smith, who's the new Atlanta head coach, which was the former Tennessee offensive coordinator. We have recent hires. We have Dan Campbell, who was the New Orleans um, tight ends coach. He's now the new head coach for the Detroit Lions, 6-year contract. And we have Nick Sirianni, the offensive coordinator from our beloved Indianapolis Colts, going ahead and packing his bags and heading to the East Coast to be the new head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Good luck, because you're gonna need it. Because there's three other defenses out there ready for that. Yeah. See how I ain't make it personal. I just said it's three different defenses. We ready for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of work to be done between now and next season, but um, I would say that it's an indictment that Eric Bieniemy didn't get an opportunity to coach a team. Um,
But Houston is still open.
yeah, it still is. So we'll see.
Now, my judgment, honestly, Houston can make honestly, and I think I know exactly what you about to go. Houston can definitely make that statement to everybody, like, okay, we're gonna hire this black dude. We're gonna make a statement. We don't black the minority, as everybody would say, a minority coach can coach.
I mean, absolutely, but that relationship is kind of damaged.
Mm,
Everything that I've been seeing and been hearing, um, and also I felt like Houston would only be doing that to try to save or salvage the little bit that they can in terms of
okay.
Dawn and Texans relationship. Um, but then there's the McNair family who doesn't have a history necessarily of hiring a coach of Eric Bieniemy's caliber.
Or color.
Right.
Now,
So
and then even to touch on that, when you got your best defensive player saying he don't want to be there anymore, that's an issue too.
right.
And
And also to further back off that, turning to Deshaun and apologizing, saying, we're wasting your good years here. So I'm sorry.
and that's probably another reason why Deshaun, um, DeAndre Hopkins left. They knew what they were doing. Like, and even what's his name? Andre Johnson said it best. He said, "Listen, I spent 10 plus years there, and it felt like we wasn't progressing."
That's true.
And Andre Johnson was like one of the best wide receivers ever.
Because then at one point in time they had Hop and him on the same team.
Yeah.
Right. So come
Then
on
you,
now.
what was the boy, the running back? Foster.
Eric Foster. Yep.
Yeah. Who was scoring on basically every other play.
I remember. I was very nervous when we had to face Houston each time. I remember. So yeah.
But then you bring in um, Bill O'Brien.
Right. Made him head coach and GM,
Yeah.
which was a terrible move on their part.
I think he should have just been the coach and not the GM. Like,
Right.
because don't get me wrong, he can coach. Because now he can, to my point, he can coach because now all of a sudden he's the offensive guy in Alabama. Nick Saban don't hire just anybody.
He doesn't.
So with Bill O'Brien getting fired, and then all of a sudden you go down to Alabama, the best college team ever.
Yeah, I think it's partly because his offensive coordinator that he had this past season is actually going to Texas, if I believe, to be their head coach. So
Now the guy that I think could make a difference, but he's not gonna leave, is the offensive guy from the Buffalo Bills.
mm-hmm.
But Buffalo will be,
It's required for them to actually get to Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl, for him to even consider that.
yeah.
And even that he might not be willing to do so.
And I'm glad you just did that. I'm glad that you just did that. Because now we could talk about these coaches all day, but now we about to get into our last segment of the day, the NFL Conference Championship picks.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said in previous shows, I didn't even think we was gonna get this far in the NFL season, but we here. So our first game on Sunday, Tom Brady's Bucks versus Aaron Rodgers and those Packers. It's gonna be cold that day. Kel, who you got?
I've been going back and forth in my mind about this. On one hand, you got the GOAT. On the other hand, you got a bad man. But the stars are aligning. I'm gonna have to go with that bad man. I'm not gonna give a score, but I'm going with that bad man.
Right. And yes, me too. I have been like that seesaw. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. Tampa Bay's defense, Packers, somewhat good defense. Aaron Rodgers' weapons on offense, Tom Brady's weapons on offense. You can go either way. Tom Brady 6, knowing how to take a team to the big games and have them ready. Aaron Rodgers having chemistry with his people.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go with that bad man and Aaron Rodgers and them Packers. And I'm actually gonna give a score because I thought about this. You know how you do your best thinking in the shower? I do that. And I'm gonna go 28-24 Packers.
Okay. So I realized that the Packers actually got one of the defensive players re-signed to their team, Tremont Williams.
Jamal Williams, yep, corner.
So I feel like he's going to have an imprint on this game.
And they said Antonio Brown is a little banged up.
Yes, but on that side of the ball, people
But
like
that's right.
love
And we
shot
still think,
Scotty Miller.
but even before we talk about Scotty and all them, Antonio, he that's probably him. The effects of him being out of the game for two years.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think he's gonna be ready to play this game?
I think he'll make sure that he's ready.
Mm-hmm.
Will he be on the snap count? That's to be determined. But I do think he'll do it his very best because he knows the opportunity that's before him. And if the Bucks do end up beating the Packers, he's getting to a Super Bowl. So he's not gonna pass that up.
And then this is actually the game that I've been waiting for. My hometown team, those Buffalo Bills versus my homeboy, Patrick Mahomes, and those Kansas City Chiefs. Mm-hmm. Now, everybody, I'm going to just give you an update. I'm not sure if you guys watched the game last week, but Patrick Mahomes, yes, he did have a concussion. But he has been practicing the last 2 days. So that's a step towards him playing.
Yeah, I think he'll be ready to go. On one hand, you got my homeboy. And on the other hand, you got the up-and-coming rising Allen. But I'm going to go with the team who's been shocking the world this year. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
Man, you and Charles Barkley get on my nerves. Oh my God. And the only reason why I compare you to Charles Barkley, because you know when he do his little guarantee crap, he said he guaranteed that Buffalo and Green Bay was going to.
Oh, I don't want him guaranteeing anything because then one of the teams ain't gonna make it.
My point exactly.
Yeah, I don't want no guarantees.
And he was the same one last year saying the Portland Trailblazers were going to beat the Lakers, sweep them. Mm-hmm. And then about 2 weeks ago, he made another guarantee. He put $100,000 on Portland that they were going to go to the finals. How are they doing right now?
I mean, Portland tends to be a second half year team. So it's early. We only about like 15 games in, 16 games in. It's early.
Yeah, we ain't gonna touch on Portland right now. I'm just making my point about his big time bet. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's like $100 for Charles, though. But...
yeah, it is.
So, for me, yes, I have been watching Buffalo all year because obviously I'm in their network. They have been playing great. They won some big games. And I've been saying this all week. If Mahomes doesn't play, Buffalo is going to win. If Patrick Mahomes does play, the odds are in Kansas City's favor. But if Mahomes has to stay out at any point in the game, just for that quarter and a half, Chad Henne did show me something. As a movie would say, little man got hurt. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got hurt. I'm gonna take shots at Henny all day. Like, and then whoever's back there at quarterback has the best tight end in the game, the littlest guy on the field who can catch anything, and then a running back by committee. Now, Josh Allen, monster, yes. Stephon Diggs, monster. Cole Beasley, Davis. Not sure who the tight end is, but yep, he been doing his thing too. And then both teams got stellar defense.
I just don't know how that toe is gonna hold up.
Mm-hmm. Now,
and part of Mahomes' elusivity is being able to run, not running to necessarily get the first down per se, but you have to guard both. If he's hampered in one area, that can make him look human.
And then the deciding factor for me, honestly, where they're playing. If they were playing in Buffalo, yeah. Because honestly, I done been to a few Bills games when they had packed houses. That place, yeah, you don't want to be there if Buffalo ain't your team. Because it gets loud. And with 7,000 that they had the last two games, they was loud. They didn't even need that fake noise in the background. Mm-hmm. Now, Kansas City, they get what, 15,000? You don't think that these Kansas City fans want to see their team back in the championship?
I get that. But then you also have the city of Buffalo who hasn't sniffed it in a quarter of a century.
I get it. But I'm not gonna hold y'all no much longer. I'm going with Kansas City Chiefs. 31-27.
Okay, I will give a score for this one. I'm gonna say that B-Lo gets 33. And I'm gonna say that Kansas City gets 31. Comes down to a late field goal, and it's not through the upright.
Okay. And then don't let it come down to a kicking battle. I'm taking Harrison Buckner over that pass every day.
Okay.
Now, everybody, we really hope you enjoyed the show. Now, we do want to say this. That as Calvin would say, check out the video, like us, comment, subscribe.
Yep.
Like we doing this because we love to do this, and like we want to hear y'all input also. Like if you have any ideas about it, don't shy away. Comment, please. Now, as we always say, mask up. Mm-hmm. Follow the health and safety protocols. Enjoy your football season. Not season, but like championship weekend, and NBA, whatever sport you watching, hockey, basketball, football, and just cool out this weekend. Like, enjoy yourself. You got anything else?
Yeah. Like you said, just enjoy each other, enjoy families. Pray for those who need to be prayed for, and even those you don't know that may need to be prayed for. From my family here at New York Lifestyle, rock to BK connection, to yours. Stay safe and have a blessed weekend.
Hey, we gonna let this rock out for about a minute because today was a good day.